these crab apples are very small. Do you know where I could get larger apples? Well, we'll take a visit to Oakwood Fruit Farm and I bet we'll find some there. We'll visit Oakwood Fruit Farm. We'll see how they prepare the apples for sale. We'll tour the bakery. Stay right here.
Okay, fresh from the orchard.
From Oakwood Fruit Farm. A lot of local products we have here at the orchard. We try to keep as much from Wisconsin as we can. We have slacks, jams and jellies from Lodi, Wisconsin, and apple butter as well. And then we have a line from Sequest Orchards at Door County. We also have a line of jams and jellies from Happy Hunter, located in Gaze Mills, Wisconsin.
Sweet and hot pepper. Oh, I like that stuff. That's good.
That's good. And then we have a line of products from Wildwood. She's got roots here in Richland Center. She was Lynn Brown, Arvin and Irma Brown's daughter. She's out of Trempealeau, Wisconsin. She has different dips, an apple dip.
Oh, Trempealeau came up when we were in doing the caramel apple.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes, because
the
we get the caramel from
Right,
there.
right, okay.
Good. And then Wildwood also has a line of soups that we carry and an apple crisp mix.
All right.
We carry local maple syrups here, Hilltop Sugar Bush from Plain, Wisconsin. Spirit Valley salsas, they're out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. We have our Little Red's Honey Farm, and this family also does the pollinating for us of the apple trees in the spring. They bring their bees in.
Reedsburg.
Yes, Reedsburg area. And then we have these different, they're not flavored cranberry or wildflower. The bees are actually in those places to do the pollinating.
Oh, all right.
And that's out of northern Wisconsin. Basswood.
Red granite. Okay.
Red granite, yes.
Red granite.
A lot of nice gift ideas, signs, sweatshirts, hats, all with the Wisconsin theme. And then these towels are from Lodi, Wisconsin, a company called Home Sewn. So we kind of got the Wisconsin theme and the apple theme going here. We got a different variety of cheese spreads from Wyowega, Wisconsin. Different meats that we have, barbecue meat sticks. These come out of Mauston, Wisconsin. We have Lanyagers. And then these are out of Brandon, Wisconsin. beef snackers. Very nice. Yes.
Good to keep in the car.
Yes. Yeah. Good snack for on the ride home after you visited the orchard.
Right, yep.
Car Valley cheese. We have a nice different assortment of Car Valley cheeses here. We have our own local from the Richland Knocker. They're Chubby's, garlic, and regular summer sausage. Very popular with our customers. Farmer's Choice out of Hill Point, Wisconsin. String cheese, jalapeno string cheese. And another unusual with mozzarella whips. Very good. And we can't forget Meister cheese and Muscadet with their wild morel and leek cheese. These are new. They come out of the northern part of Wisconsin up in the Appleton area. Pumpkin rolls. Very delicious. And also carrot cake rolls. Another new item, Driftless Gold Maple Cream out of Viola, Wisconsin.
What is that?
It's a whipped maple syrup. So it's good on apples,
Right.
crackers, those kind of snacks like that, toast or waffles. And then we carry different varieties of Wild Hills wine located in Richland County. And also Spurgeon wines from Highland, Wisconsin. Another popular choice.
Okay, Rural Route. I was telling you that I drove there to buy one bag of popcorn and drove back here.
And you could have just driven 10 miles to Oakwood Fruit Farm.
Well, I know. This was last December. So.
Oh, sure. Yep, so different flavors of Rural Route 1.
Try to get some white cheddar. That's your
Okay, okay. I will. That's my next assignment.
Yeah, you must design
Another unique offering here is Potter's Crackers, located out of Madison, Wisconsin. Different flavors, unique packaging.
What's the address on that? Oh, Baldwin, South Baldwin. Okay, yep, I know where that is.
Yep. And again, our local maple syrup and honey with pancake mix. They're out of Cashton, Wisconsin, the Great American Pancake Company. Lots of choices of pancake mix. Got a birthday coming up. We've got celebration mix, brown sugar and oatmeal. Of course, the one using apple cider, the cider cakes. All great choices for pancakes or waffles.
Especially the apple.
Especially the apple.
Of course.
And any gluten-free person, we've got slightly cinnamon that's gluten-free.
Okay. What are these?
These are soap balls, felted soap balls, Janet Marie, different flavors, lots of different fragrances and smells.
Well, how does it?
It's supposed
how does it work?
Well, it works like a scrubby. So when you get it wet, the soap is inside, and it acts as a scrubby, and it should last 9 to 12 months while you shower. And then when the soap is all gone, then you have a little scrubby.
I can smell them.
Yes, very, very nice fragrances. So she's located Madison, Wisconsin. And then she also hand felts dryer balls, which work great in your dryer to dry your clothes. Much safer for your dryer than using the dryer sheets. About 3 of them with a load. You can't believe how fluffy your towels will be after you use those. Or they're in a gift set too. Gift set. The little lavender.
People are sometimes getting away from chemicals. And
Exactly, and it's a very good choice. Very nice choice. Yep.
more soap.
Yep, this is more soap. Different varieties. The poison ivy. We've got the lavender moon, which is a popular one. This almond goat is a very popular soap. Anybody who has any kind of skin allergies, these are very gentle, mild soaps. And different, looking for gift ideas. We've got candles.
For the fall and winter, mostly, I think.
Right,
So
yeah,
timing's
most of the
perfect.
scents, yep. Mistletoe, cranberry Christmas. This gal's from Plain, Wisconsin.
Pumpkin, of course.
So we've got B&E's maple syrup. They age this maple syrup in bourbon barrels for 2 years, and then it's bottled. A very unique flavor, and it's not just for your pancakes or waffles. You can use it in drinks, you can use it in your cooking. And a very nice, unique gift idea for anybody.
Yeah.
To the really hard to buy for a person. They're in Viroqua. Another new venture for us is our homegrown grass-fed beef. The animals are all raised on our farm. Anything from your top steaks to roast to ground beef. Prems at Spring Green does what's called the natural harvest. So they come to the farm to slaughter the animal.
Right.
So it's a very humane way to do the slaughtering. Take it back and package it. Lots of different cuts. Cube steaks. Another very popular one is our beef bologna that they make.
Oh, yeah.
And the hot dogs. So lots of different choices there too when you come. Great for grilling, soup bones for making your soups in the fall.
Some people grill all year
Roasts,
round.
yeah, some people do, or they give those Traeger smoker grills. T-bone steaks. And the age of the animals are about 17 to 18 months, so they're nice young animals, so they're real tender.
Okay. I know nothing about farming, so I'll take you.
And then also popular take and bake pies. They're frozen, you can take them home and make them when you've got company coming. We have apple, Dutch apple, cherry, strawberry rhubarb, blackberry, blueberry, and red raspberry.
And you can tell them you made it from scratch.
That's right, you can smell it baking in the
Yeah.
baking in the oven.
Yep.
But those have been very popular. You know, grab a couple for the holidays with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up,
Yeah.
or just to have when you have unexpected company. So also offering Roll Pottery from Cambridge, Wisconsin, another family-owned business. Very unique gifts here for anybody in your family. Just every piece is handmade. So it's a very, very nice gift, something you'll remember who gave that to you.
From Richland Center, you said.
Yes.
Richland area.
Richland County native, yep. Works at Row Pottery, and that's his stamp.
Oh, okay. That is nice. I like
Yeah.
that blue color.
Yeah, I do too. It's pretty. Yes, these are caramel apples. Dip the apples into the caramel, and right now they're rolling them in M&M toppings. About 6 different toppings we do. Start with plain, sprinkle, M&M, sweet, Snicker, and peanut. We make about 2,000 caramel apples a week. Here's the number of them. And the reason that they're tapping is to get the excess caramel off of the apple. And then these gals here are coating them in Snicker. And the caramel is a homemade caramel. It's great. From Eckers to Apple Orchard up in Trumbull. So it's a homemade caramel recipe. It is.
Is it a secret recipe?
I don't know. I know it was the mother of the matriarch of the family there. Very popular in the Colorado.
One out on one side, turns and pounce another one out on the other side. And they go down the track until you get here.
What kind of oil is that?
It's like our hard shortening.
Okay.
And that comes out down here. We have a big, we put like a 50-pound thing in here to melt, and then when we need grease, we just push this button and the grease comes out right here. So now we're right at the spot where they're going to flip. These are a little bigger, but usually if they're too big, we have to put more grease in. They just keep flipping and go on down and up with it.
I don't think Aunt B had a setup like that.
No, I don't think so either. Pretty sure. It's pretty cool. And then we just keep filling this from here.
Do you know about how many per hour?
I can do 15 dozen in 20 minutes.
Oh, boy.
So that's about what one basket. So now it'll just drop off in here. First ones are kind of big. We use them for samples. Filling this up.
See, now I can smell it.
Yeah. When we're really busy, we just keep on, as soon as this gets empty, we mix another one and keep on going.
Usually more than one of you here.
Yeah, on weekends especially. We'll have both fryers going all day. We've done a lot. I think one time we did 50 batches.
Oh, boy. And this is the same setup?
Same as this, yeah.
Okay.
Relax. This is a pretty smooth riding machine.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm not scared.
I suppose I should have washed my windshield off a little bit. Darn rain on here. So, what are we actually looking for?
I don't know.
We do have Concord grapes. I don't know if you're interested in that at all, but our newer plantings are all on trellis. There's 5 wires. The trees are planted about 3 feet apart. We went through here and we color picked. These were Honeycrisp apples. These are Premier Honeycrisp. Then we have another new block of trees right here. These are Honeycrisp apples that are only a couple years old.
How many acres do you have?
There is about 175 to 180 in the ground. There's probably right around 155 that's in production. I can show you. We'll take a little tour around. So these are some older Honeycrisp trees. A little different style. These trees are planted about 6 feet apart. You can see they're starting to get some color.
And I can see that the trees aren't nearly as tall as they used to be years and years ago.
No, we only have just a small amount of trees that are bigger, and those will soon be taken out and replanted to different varieties. Oh, this is one little block. We have, we'll come make a little circle here. We'll get into some different apples. So like this block we're driving by, that's about 3.5 acres of apple trees here. We've got a pretty nice crop on them. You can see they're pretty good size. They're probably 2 weeks away, this block of Honeycrisp. So then these, we can go down through these rows.
All right.
So this is pizzazz apple trees. These pizzazz are a late variety. They're a Honeycrisp cross. We have, this variety we have probably between 11 and 12,000 trees that are in production right now. We're lucky to have a nice crop on these again this year.
Now, how do you pick these?
Everything is hand-picked. We have a 3-legged, looks like a stepladder, but instead of having 4 legs, it's got 3. That way the one leg you can put in right beside the tree or straddle the wires.
A tripod.
A tripod.
I mean, people climb up on those and pick the apples?
Yep.
Well, wow.
And then they each apple picker has about a 3/4 of a bushel picking bag that they put the apples in, and then they empty that bag into a 20 bushel bin. Some are 20, some are 25. Plastic bins are 25, and wood bins are 20. But every apple on this farm is hand-picked.
Well, how many people are doing that? It's got to be 100.
Well, you would think, no. Well, right now I'm struggling to get some apple pickers.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 7 here now. I've got 4 more on the way. Most years I'd like to have about 25. 20 will normally do it. I've had as many as 25. But we have an issue. Most of my guys are from Florida, from Texas, but I do have a few of my longtime pickers that I've had. They live just across the border into Mexico, and they have their work visa, but they're not letting them come across the border right now.
Oh yeah.
Here we have Concord grapes.
Oh yeah.
These are an early variety of Concord grape. These are actually Fredonias. We've got a really nice crop of grapes in here.
Do you sell those then to a company or?
No, these are, people can come out here and pick their own grapes.
Wow, okay.
So the grapes, you know, for juice, making jam.
Yep.
You can actually just plain eat these grapes too. I mean, make wine.
Wine, if you're adventurous, you can make wine, yeah.
You know, so that has happened more than once. So I'll take you on a little tour. Here that was the oldest part of the orchard right there. That's been big trees taken out, replanted. Some of it's I've planted. Some of this stuff I've planted my third time already since I've been here with my father-in-law.
Well, what's the history of this whole shebang?
Well, the orchard has been in the family for since 1904. So in 2004 we kind of celebrated a century farm here. So we are, what is that, 117, 18 years right now.
Yep.
So, been in the family. Judy and I got married 42 years ago. John asked me to join it, help, asked if I could come up and help him. Before Judy and I got married, we were dating and got engaged, and he said he needed some help and wanted to know if I'd come help him. That was in 1978, so.
And you stayed.
Yeah. Yep. So this land here, Steve and his wife and Judy and I bought this farm in '92, and we've been planting apple trees on it. We have these apple trees to our right here. These are ambrosia apples. We'll take a little trip down through here. This is the first crop of apples on these trees. So it hasn't got a full crop on them. The tree is still growing yet this year, trying to get its full size. But we got a nice little bunch of apples in here. You can kind of see management here. We herbicide the rows so we don't have any weeds and competition for water and nutrients for the apples. We keep the orchard mowed, and we're looking really forward to having this block of trees start production here now.
Well, this is right now, it's Wednesday, August 25th. When will these be ready to pick?
Normally the ambrosia is about the end of September, first week of October.
Okay.
So you can see these aren't real big, but you know they've got another month and a half really to grow. Pretty much 5 weeks for sure. So we've got a drip irrigation. If I slow down here, if you look at the bottom wire, we have an irrigation tube on there. It's a drip irrigation. That black hose. There's emitters every 2 feet on that line, and that drips water under pressure. It drips like each tree will get close to 10 gallons of water, and of course course of a day. So we try to water, like this year we've been watering a lot on these trees for trying to get more size on the apple, and then like these new trees, just trying to keep them growing. Because we put a fertilizer around the trees. About 3 times a year we put fertilizer on the tree to not only grow the tree but grow the apple. We put foliar fertilizers, calcium, potash. Not a lot of nitrogen though. The nitrogen in apples is not a good thing. It doesn't make for good storage, and so we really limit very, very little nitrogen is applied to an apple crop. So this farm, when we bought it, it's a 200-acre farm, and we've got about close to 30 acres of apple trees that we used to grow corn and alfalfa on for our cattle. But I think we're probably done growing. I think we're about as big as we want to get. Just want to be able to maintain the quality of the fruit that we have and the trees. So,
What's the science behind having orchards or vineyards up on hills rather than valleys?
well, every spring and fall, it's a lot of the reason is for temperature.
Right.
In the spring, you get those late season freezes, and you can get like especially during bloom. I know we have a lot of orchards this year calling us, wanting to know if they can buy apples from us. The apple crop is short. We have a shorter crop than normal this year. But the reason is during bloom, if you have a day where it gets, a morning where it gets down to, 20 degrees to 25 degrees, you can really lose your entire crop in one night.
You had a couple of close calls within 5 years?
Yeah. Actually, this year, a lot of people are thinking that happened this year. We have a little weather station. It's over by my house on the north end of the orchard that records all the temperatures. And we got down to about 29 degrees. Not for very long, because it tells you every hour what the hourly temperature is. And,
When was that? I don't remember.
that was about the 7th or 8th of May.
Oh, yeah.
We had an earlier bloom, a little earlier bloom this year. But then we also had a really late bloom, or a late freeze, on Memorial Day weekend. Remember, kind of got some of the corn, then damaged some of the corn in the low-lying areas. That's why a lot of orchards you'll see are on higher ground. We are about 1,200. Our elevation is about 1,200 feet here.
Well, yeah, and I'd say downtown Ithaca is probably 400 or 500.
I would say it's about 700.
Oh, okay.
But on the ridge here, we vary as the hill goes, anywhere from 1140 to the highest point on the farm here is about 1260. So we have even 100 feet of elevation difference just on the farm here. We go by the orchard here. From the south end of the orchard to the north end of the orchard, most of our orchard is relatively close to the road. And that's kind of by design, so we don't have to haul the apples a long ways after they get hard picked and put in a bin, so they don't bounce them too far. You don't want to. It's different than a hay bale. When we're harvesting, it's all about quality. So a lot of our land, but it reaches out, we have these fingers that around these valleys, and the orchard ground goes over the top of the high ground. The valleys, like the pocket of woods here, is just it just drops off real fast. So we don't do anything with that, pasture it. But you know, the orchard ground, we run about almost 1.5 to 2 miles across this ridge from the south end to the north end where we're headed right now. Here's it, going by right here. This was the Oakwood School years ago. This old building.
Oh, I always wondered what that was.
The old one-room schoolhouse right there where Judy's dad went to school there. Judy's grandpa went to school there. One-room school. Basically, it's an empty building that stands there. I don't know. It's historic. You know, we have our beef farm. We used to have dairy cows up until about 4 years ago. We started getting out of the dairy and transferred to the beef. We got all black Angus cattle now. And we have about 100 head of beef animals that we do slaughter some, sell that at the orchard also, some beef products, hamburgers and steaks, roasts, you name it. We got a lot of it there. But it takes a lot of helping hands this time of year to get everything done. Packing house, we're still not up to full production. You were videotaping the other day. We can still, you know, we get into full production. We probably need another 3 to 5 hands in there working. But normally on the payroll this time of year, we have about 75 to 80 people on the payroll. Close to the north end of the orchard here. Go back on this gravel road. This is what they call Bennett Lane in Ithaca Township. Here's some of the last of our big trees are right here. Those are Macintosh trees. You can see a little color starting to show on them. They're normally about first week of September, middle of September is when we harvest Macintosh apples. People always ask why we're so spread out. Well, some of us by design, when storms come through the area, a hailstorm a lot of times is just a real narrow path.
Oh yeah, I never thought of that.
And so, you know, hopefully with being stretched over a couple miles of from north to south, if we do have a bad storm come through, you know, we don't have maybe one end of the orchard will survive not getting hit with that storm, which has happened through the years. Hail is our worst enemy. You worry every time a bad storm comes through if it has hail in it or not.
What about these winds that can flatten corn? Does that affect apples?
Yes, it'll knock some apples off the tree. You know, you can break branches, break the tree over. That's one reason with the trellis system, it helps stabilize the tree a little bit more.
Yeah.
But nothing is foolproof, for example. here's something that's kind of interesting. So we had river bells here, and we grafted. If you look here, we grafted this, cut the tree off, and we grafted a new variety on here.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you can see, we had one tree that didn't make it. It started to grow, but it didn't make it. But we had a pretty good turnout. I think we had about 95% of the grass that we did here. We cut the tree off, we grafted, and that tree actually grew, like that tree right there.
Yep.
That grew 4 feet this year.
Oh wow, okay.
I'll just get out here and show you quick. This tree, this part right here is what we grafted. Right here, we grafted onto this trunk. This grew from here. This all grew this year. It takes a couple special tools that really helps with the success of getting you gotta get your sign wood when the trees are dormant in the wintertime.
Okay.
And so like these are rave. So these apples are rave, and we cut those off in the wintertime, and then put them in the refrigerator, and then when spring comes and everything is growing, we cut the tree off and we grafted it on. Now these are river bell apples here. And we have a nice crop of apples in here. They're just starting to, you can kind of see they're starting, that's a Honeycrisp cross that comes a little after the Premier Honeycrisp has changed how we have harvested things. So the Premier Honeycrisp come very early, and then the river bells and the older Honeycrisp. So, and here again, here we got, these are Macintosh trees. These are Ruby Macs.
Old variety.
Huh?
Very old variety.
An old variety.
Yep.
Yeah. Macintosh. Here we had Zestar apples. Right here, we took them out. We planted these Macintosh in here. Because the Zestars, we just felt there wasn't going to be a time when we were going to need that many Zestars. And so we're going to be harvesting these probably in a couple of weeks, or probably less than that, because today's already the, what is it, the 25th, 26th of August?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah. So these are, normal harvest for Macintosh is 120 days after bloom. So you get an idea what the time frame is. So if bloom, the earlier the bloom, then you kind of figure 120 days. Macintosh is kind of the middle of the road variety as far as, so your earlier varieties you just kind of back off, you know, between 1 and 2 weeks.
So about the end of September, is that about 4 months?
Well, you got, like right now, you got all of May, all of June, all of July, all of August. So normally the first part of September is when we start harvesting Macintosh. Because normal bloom is that first week of so here you can kind of see, these are our 20 bushel bins. And we're getting this set up for harvest now. And these trees, you can see the apples on them. They're very nice, nice size, very good quality on them. But you know, so we set the bins in. It's kind of a guessing game. How many? Let me go down this row here. How many apples are on those trees? So, you know.
Well, you would know just scanning it, but you're
well,
right.
What we do, and it's just So I had a new guy start about 5 years ago, and it's a learning process. I can drive down through here and tell you, okay, it's like these smaller trees, there's about 1.5 bushels of apples on that tree, on each one of those trees. These bigger trees, which these someday will get almost this size, there's probably closer to 5 bushels on each one of these trees. So it's going to take about 4 to 5 trees to fill a bin.
But then how many apples on a bush though?
Well, that always varies on size.
Yeah.
Normally between 100, between 80 and 100, 110. You know, so the bigger the apple,
Yeah.
the less apples are going to be in that bushel. So that's pretty much, you know, here at Oakwood, that's kind of how it is. I guess the only thing I haven't shown you is maybe where we planted some new trees. This year we planted, last year or this year we planted about 5,000 trees each year. And if you want to see what wind does, we had a windstorm. See those apples on the ground?
Oh yeah.
The wind caught these. This was about 2 weeks ago. We
Oh,
had-
that's Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see what happens. You know, some of those apples just got, and those apples will be fertilizer.
Yep.
They're on the ground, they stay on the ground.
How did Gaze Mills do on that Saturday?
One of our friends over there, they do a really good job over there, said they had a little hail, and I'm sure they had the wind and stuff at the same time. But I think they've got a pretty good crop over there. I do know there's one orchard over there that may not pick any apples because their pollination wasn't right or they froze. I'm not sure. But no, there's, you know, and they're on the high ground over there too. They're about the same elevation as us.
Okay.
You know, so we work with one of the orchards over there, helping make cider, and no, it's apple growing it's farming.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees. You know, Mother Nature has so much how it dictates, you know, what you're going to have.
Of course. Yep.
We can try to beat Mother Nature by watering in the dry year, but you can also get too much water, and we have lost trees through the years because of too much water. We have heavy soil here, you know, which doesn't like sand. It doesn't. Some of the soils don't drain as well.
Okay.
And so if you get too much water, you risk getting collar rot where the grafts are and the roots. So we'll pull in over here and be about the end of the tour. We'll show you where we planted some new trees this year and how we planted them last year. So. Dairy facilities, now a beef facility.
Yeah, I smell it. It's different than the...
A few black Angus up there.
Okay.
So this is one of our last ones. We took out some Portland trees here that were old. So these trees were planted last year. That, so they're about 8.5 feet tall right now. The top wire is, no, I take that back. They're about 6.5 to 7 feet tall. Top wire is 9 feet. This is pretty good soil here. Again, you can see the irrigation line here on the bottom. So each tree, I'll stop here. Okay, so if you look at the tree,
Yep.
there's a horizontal wire. So let me see, you're kind of at the bottom, aren't you there? That's so you can see there's a clip there and that goes on there, and then the next wire
There we are.
there's a clip there. You can see how that goes around the tree. So immediately after we plant the trees, we put it in our post and string a wire, and then we put that clip on, and then that tree will stay inside that. That way the wind blows, it can't push that tree all over and loosen the roots.
Got it.
And so it stabilizes the tree, because these new trees do not have the root system like the old standard trees do. The old standard tree had a massive root system, where this is almost like corn, and it has just a ball of roots at the bottom of it, because the tree isn't that big.
Oh, okay.
So the root system on these trees are totally different than what the root system was on the old standard trees. Where, you know, when that tree was 20 foot tall and 20 feet wide, that just had a massive root system, where these do not have that same root system. So those trees were planted last year. These trees were planted this year. In kind of a neat scenario here. So these trees are a split tree. So there's 2 trees coming off of one trunk. Something new. We have never done this before.
Oh. Yeah.
This variety that we planted here, we just got done planting, is Evercrisp, which is for me, I think it's quite exciting. It's a Fuji Honeycrisp cross. Matures a little later than what I wish it would. It's going to be the last apple we harvest, but it has got fantastic storage capabilities. So for our customers that want an apple to buy late season and have all winter, we had, about 3 years ago, we planted about 700 trees. So we had a few of them last year, and we kept them just in the refrigerator. They were hard, sweet, juicy, just a tremendous flavor, and it was everything he told us it would be. So hopefully our customers, when they come in another couple of years, will have an Evercrisp apple late season that they can have an apple growing right here in their backyard. Come up and see us. They can have apples for as long as they want. I think they'll keep until March without any problem in common storage, just a regular refrigerator. I'm pretty confident on that. These were the first Evercrisp apple trees that we planted right here. So I guess that concludes our tour for the day.
You should be an Uber driver. You took the long route, How that works.
and see it. Why not see us every most of it? I'm not going to do this every day. No, it's just there's a lot to see here, and I only showed you. So here's how we haul our apples from the north end of the orchard. Just met that truck.
Oh.
That truck had a load of bins out. Instead of hauling them over here one bin at a time, we have a truck, and then we have a fifth wheel trailer that we haul them in with the farther areas. Everything close to the buildings we haul in with a tractor, but the stuff that's a mile away, we haul them in on a trailer or truck. That was a condensed version, in all honesty, because there's many other areas of the orchard I could have shown you, but most people are wanting an apple that they can take and just snack on.
Right.
Watch TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Pack lunch.
put it in their lunch and have it for lunch at midday or whatever. It's more for fresh eating, you know. Put them in those kids' school lunch
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well, if you want to make a visit to Oakwood Fruit Farm, they're open now throughout the fall, and they're looking for pickers, and you can also bring home some apple cider, apple donuts, things like that. See you next week.